Today's question comes from Jack in the UK. Jack asks, does Google feel a responsibility to the public to return results that are truly based on a page's quality, assuming quality is determined by the accuracy of info on a page, as opposed to popularity? Oof, that's a really interesting question. It's the philosophy of search, so I find it fascinating and kind of addictive to try to answer that. We do feel a lot of responsibility to try to return the best page that we can. Popularity is different than accuracy, and in fact, PageRank is different than popularity. I did a video that talked about porn a while ago that basically said a lot of people visit porn sites, but very few people link to porn sites. So the Iowa Real Estate Board is more likely to have higher PageRank than a lot of porn sites, just because people link to the official governmental sites, even if they sometimes visit the porn sites a little bit more often. So I do think that reputation is different than popularity, and PageRank encodes that reputation pretty well. At the same time, I go to bed at night sleeping relatively well, knowing that I'm trying to change the world, and I think a lot of people at Google feel that way. They're like trying to find the best way to return the best content. So we feel good about that. And at the same time, we do feel the weight, the responsibility of what we're doing, because are we coming up with the best signals? Are we finding the best ways to slice and dice data and measure the quality of pages or the quality of sites? And so people brainstorm a lot, and I think that they do feel the weight, the responsibility of being a leading search engine and trying to find the very best quality content. Even somebody who has done a medical search, the difference between stage 4 brain cancer versus the query grade 4 brain cancer. It turns out that very specific medical terminology can determine which kinds of results you get. And if you just happen not to know the right word, then you might not get the best results. And so we try to think about how can we, help the user out if they don't necessarily know the specific vocabulary. So I would say that at least in search quality, in the knowledge group, we do feel a lot of responsibility. We do feel like, we know a lot of people around the world are counting on Google to return good quality search results, and we do the best we can, or at least we try really hard to think of the best ways we can think of to return high quality search results. That's part of what makes it a fun job, but it definitely is one where you understand that you are impacting people's lives, and so you do try to make sure that you act appropriately, and you do try to make sure that you can find the best content and the best quality stuff that you can. But it's a really fun job, and it's a really rewarding job for just that same reason. So anyway, Jack, thanks for asking that question. We talk about search a lot at Google, and we talk about the philosophy of search and whether it's better to have diversity or experts and how to weigh off those different areas of tension. What makes me feel better is that there are a lot of different search engines that have different philosophies. And so if Google isn't doing a good job, I do think that Bing or Blecko or DuckDuckGo or other search engines in the space will explore and find other ways to return things. And not just other, general search engines, but, people who want to do travel might go specifically to other websites. So I think that there's a lot of opportunities on the web. I think Google has done well because we return relatively good search results. But we understand that if we don't do a good job at that, our users will complain, they'll go other places. And so we don't just try to return good search results because it's good for business. It's also because we're Google searchers as well, and we want to return the best search results so that they work for everybody, and for us included.